Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video with the WWE. You join us today for something a little bit different, something I'm going to hope to bring in every 6 months, and that's just kind of a roundup of how the company looks and yeah, just a general look around the wrestling world and something to help me backdate videos. But as I say, it's been a hectic time away from TW, but it's a difficult schedule to maintain until I get the branded pay-per-views. Once we get them, I'll be able to keep up to date, no problem. But we do this, I think we've done quite a few times the last time as well. So basically, look at the PW Awards, or the Power Awards. Obviously, they went out in real life as well. See how we relate to the world, which companies are obviously taking the biggest steps, and the plans that we're going to go to try and obviously get to that level. So the fact I've said that gives you that idea. We didn't win Company of the Year. So we take it back, we've thrown number one. Wrestler of the Year went to Cody, and obvious reason for that is the product of AEW is just suited. That's why I'm hoping our change to Classic Balanced will give us that chance, because we get some good matches in NXT, and 3 months to that, that'll change and it'll be more dedicated towards the technical attributes of the worker rather than the popularity. So hopefully that can help us, and we're going to have to put our best workers in the main event. It's also meaning we're going to talk to people that have got good psychology as well, because that's going to be a key component in getting those 90 rated matches. But once we get where we want to be, I want to be competing in all fronts. Obviously I want to get the 100 rated shows, 100 rated matches, just purely for the achievements, but also so we can compete in this kind of level. So Wrestler of the Year was Cody. Just quickly back on that product as well, the 3 months means exactly after WrestleMania, so we couldn't have timed it better for that changing of the guard. Company of the Year went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. The Team of the Year went to John Moxley and Kenny Omega, who must have had many matches together. Match of the Year went to Kenny Omega defeating Cody. The Show of the Year went to New Japan Dominion on the 14th of June. Young Wrestler of the Year went to Jungle Boy. So we did win one technically, although he hasn't actually wrestled for us yet, but he is in NXT. Veteran Wrestler of the Year went to Chris Jericho. Female Wrestler of the Year went to Maya Iwatani. Most Improved Company of the Year went to the Oz Joshi Academy, so that's good. The company's obviously grew in size massively, as you can see in Japan, and pretty much all over the world, just purely on the basis because they're on the WWE network, so they're getting that huge exposure. But it's given us the future many generations of female talent, which is obviously going to just help us in the main run, because I want to try and get a 100 rated female match as well, something we didn't quite make in last year's game. Independent Wrestler of the Year went to David Starr. Manager of the Year went to Conan. Announcer of the Year went to Sinpei Nagami, and the colour commentator went to Milano Collection 80. Referee Chad Patton, so he won that as well. So it's a good position to be in. If we just quickly go to the Power 500, so our Oz had Suri Yu, Tsusaka Fujimoto, Kyle Kobayashi, Mayu Yamashita, and it's Sario Ayu. So I don't know who's down there as a development talent. She's not. Yamashita, are you? So that's one that's on a developmental deal, so she could make it. As you can certainly see, the Perescu is very good there. Psychology's high, so she's someone that can be a very big player for us in the future. Kobayashi's not written, but I think we can bring her in. Again, high psychology, technical's good, and the age is on a good side as well, so that's just a few of them. But what I wanted to check here is just where our workers have kind of ended up. I want to quickly just check NXT, because obviously we do book NXT as well. We actually got quite a few people in there in the top 500. We'll just document the people within the top 200 here. So Zack Sabre Jr. coming out at P17, Jungle Boy in at 24, Cesaro, Ace Austin, Jay Lethal, Tracy Williams, so a lot of people that have come in from elsewhere, Bandido, Alex Shelley. The one I'm actually most proud of out of all of them is the fact we get Babatunde up to 190, purely from the amount of times he's been teaming with Ace Austin. But they two have come on brilliantly, and I hope they can make the jump to the main roster in 2022. So that is NXT. NXT UK, just as 4 Oliver Carter, Joe Coffey, Mark Andrews and Travis Banks. the latter is technically not contracted to us because we did release him because of what had happened, but NXT actually signed him in game, so nothing we could do with that. Top 100 wrestlers that work for ourselves, we've got La Sombra in at number 14, of course, Andrade. Drew's in at 15. The Miz with a very impressive number 29. We'll click on him. You can see up from 225. That's how strong his push has been in 2021. Angel Garza in at 31. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, is in at 32. Randy Orton, a strong year, in 33. With Seth Rollins down a few and down at 36, although he has been helping out, trying to push over the Magnificent Seven. Big E up from 325 to 39th. The man is over. Brock still at 41. Keith Lee in at 42. Braun Strowman in at 43. And Roman Reigns at 46. A small drop for Roman. Walter in at 47. Daniel Bryan at 48. You can see a lot of those matches in the 78 bracket for Bryan. Kevin Steen 49. Edge in at 55, which is really good. Kevin Cross in at 61, Matt Riddle in at 62, Gargano not far behind them, and I quickly cover the rest of the top 100. G White 68, Tommy End 69, Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Baron Corbin complete that alongside Hikaru Takahashi, criminally underused by myself. The highest female to place at this moment in time is still Tessa Blanchard at 174, just ahead of the returning Becky Lynch, although I think Becky will go much higher in the future. And then other people you can add in: Ronda, Sasha, and the MDFs, Io Shirai in there, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Chelsea Green, and Rhea Ripley in at 344. But as I say, we're in a good position financially now. We're up to 77 million, so I think that's quite strong. We made a 40 million loss last month, but that's because we had spent 74 million on media. So that tells me potentially 34 million profit. Obviously, you have to take away your miscellaneous, your tax. It's obviously not going to be that amount. But if we'll probably continue to spend that again down to 40 million, just to put us in a position where we're getting the most exposure for our networks, and then that's obviously going to help our popularity and the exposure for the development brands as well, which can only help everything in the long run. But good old, you have to spend money to make money. Size wise, we're still consistent. We're pretty much 80s, 79s and all that over the board, but we're nowhere really that we're really dropping, apart from the Maritimes, the only one that maybe have a wee bit of concern, but everywhere else is a few points above from dropping lower than Titanic. So again, very, very happy with that. I say it's just about getting those few achievements, which is obviously 100 rated matches, 100 rated shows. I might move SmackDown to 3 hours just purely because there is so many people in NXT that I'd like to bring up. So I don't want to just blather on for too long. Other things I just want to look at: your main merchandise sellers: Andrade, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, Orton, Keith Lee, The Miz, Big E, Garza, Reigns and Edge lead up the top 10 there. And the people that the company tells us to take a look at, if we just go to creative, I'm not really focusing on that. I focused on what's the future, so that wants us to push Rhea Ripley, Dream, Dragunov and Akam, and hot prospects of Ripley, Morgan, Akam, Dream and Sasha. I've took a decision: Velveteen Dream and Austin Theory will be getting pushes in this game in the basis they're on WWE television. Should WWE come to the conclusion they do not wish to use them, they will release them, or they just banish them again because obviously everything that's happened, I'll remove them from the series. If WWE takes them out, I'll take them out as well. The problem with Dream is, well, the promise from Walter. So Walter's still going to put him over 2 more times, and Walter's already fairly over, so he could make Dream into a star, and Jay White's Roman Reigns is happy to put him over 1 more time, so that's fine as well. Moving on, you'll maybe have noticed I just ditched Legends House. I just felt like with the wee series I was doing on Twitch with Angle Slam Wrestling or Olympic Slam Wrestling, I just felt like, yeah, that's fine, I'm happy to try and get the achievements with that company. As I say, it gives me something else to play and just lets me play this offline when I'm just watching wrestling, whether AEW or WWE. So because I kind of felt like I was only booking like 1 week on stream, and I was really not getting the flow of storylines that I was wanting. But we've got a lot coming through in NXT, NXT Creative. One franchise player, Ace Austin, is going to be the company guy. Like, he's absolutely phenomenal. If we can get that psychology set up, no danger, he's been fantastic. Now this one is Lance Strowman. Now, this is something that we never had in last year's TW, so I never really used them. Generated workers are going to be a thing this time. I've obviously had a few come through from the Performance Centre, and we are going to give them characters. Because the fact here, the guy's got so many good microphone acting, all those kind of things, star quality. I'm going to start working with these, so I've downloaded, I think it's Joe Murphy's pack of the unused workers. He looks smug, he looks like he's a wrestler. It says there he's a technical flyer, so we're going to be pushing these people as well. So he's going to have the Truman Show. We also have I don't think it shows you here, but there's a woman called Jenny Frost as well. She's in NXT UK, I think, but she's got like 95 sex appeal. So we'll bring her up, we'll give her a picture, and she'll be a manager going forward. But you can see there, a lot of big things expected that Lance Truman. And he's starting to get TV time on NXT with the Truman Show. But a lot of great workers there. Pete Dunne, Tyler Baker come back down just to develop more. Priscilla Kelly and Kaylee Ray, main roster eventually. So the future's bright. I mean, you look at the roster. I mean, I've showed the likes of NLG and a few other guys just how in depth the women's roster is. So, it's incredible the depth we've got. But plenty of people here. NXT's already 3 hours, and many people aren't getting TV time either. So we will look to probably get a lot of people away from WWE. So I've already released Ziggler, Robert Roode, Big Show. Just try to get those people that are kind of hitting over 40, and then bring them through a next generation. So I think we might see a couple of these maybe move development companies. So if they're not getting used in NXT, moving them to maybe an NXT UK or Rev Pro, we've got them as well, just to develop their skills. But I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a roster mostly with people under 40. So likes of like when Samoa Joe and all that get to 40 or over 40, they'll need to let them go and then bring through a proper youthful guard. But hopefully 3 hour Raws, 3 hour SmackDown, 3 hour NXT. You never know, I might end up getting so much into it that with a third brand in the main roster. Hopefully not, because there's a lot of shows per week, but I like to micromanage, and as I've said, I've always had long, massive rosters in these saves and in FM saves, if you've ever followed any of that content. So that's it. It was just a summary, just to let you know what's happening, just give you an idea of the Power 500. What we're going to look to achieve going forward is basically, maybe not with NXT, we should switch that character back. No, I don't want that one. There we go. So next event will be the Dusty Rhodes Cup, so as an NXT show. Then we're going to have Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, and then we're going to crack in with bringing some of these events in. Then we'll go with Joe branded pay-per-views. So we should at least have 2 for April, 2 for June, 2 for July. I'll keep Money in the Bank separate, I'll keep SummerSlam separate, 2 here, 2 here. Give the women 1 for Evolution, so 3 events in October, and then Survivor Series, and then 2 in December. So if you've got any ideas for pay-per-views that's maybe not necessarily here, or something you'd like to see brought back from maybe WCW, let me know, because I say, if you give me an idea here, we could probably fit it in, as I say, September, October. I'm not going to be getting there anytime soon. I love the game, but the time it takes to play it, I'm not going to be like 5 months ahead. That's other saves. But that's us. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series, because I say, I wouldn't be putting it on YouTube if I didn't enjoy it. I am absolutely sucked in, I am lured in. I love these games and telling the story, so I hope you guys are enjoying the journey with us. So cheers for watching, much appreciated, and hopefully I'll see you for the Dusty Rhodes Cup and of course the Royal Rumble. Take it easy, bye bye.